Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're going to be watching more of The Legend of Vox Machina, episode 10 of season 1. Storm here.
Tom here.
Every ending has been very exciting and leaving us wanting more. So we are so excited to get into this episode. We're getting towards the end of the season. Now Percy's going to kill this lady. We need to get to the Briarwoods. Are we going to do that this episode? I really hope so.
Well, they got to be getting close. I mean, after this, there's only 2 episodes left. Yeah. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, so to speak.
Yeah, and Pike is back as her spiritual form, and she can really, she's very powerful, to put it lightly. Pun, not intentional.
Lightly.
Lightly.
Ever lightly?
Yeah, ever lightly. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. I hope, everyone's still learning, not everyone, but Keyleth is still learning her powers, and, she's very powerful, and I think that we're going to see more of that soon as well. And she's very protective of Vax, because every time he's in trouble, she's always, right to his side.
She's right there.
Yeah, always to help out, which is adorable. I keep saying that word, but they are really cute together, and they do make a really good team. And everyone else does, too.
I can see where that relationship goes. I really do believe that her... if she does, truly feel the same way that Vax does, that I think that her emotions will play a big part in how she, handles her power.
Yeah, like you were saying before, which is very cool, and I hope that is a thing, because it's nice to see, positive things happen, but, that can control you or make you more powerful.
Her powers seem on the positive spectrum of things, I mean, she brings life back to people. She creates, plants. She creates ice. Not that that's positive or anything, but
I know, but it's stuff from nature and.
I feel like the ice happened because she wanted to protect everybody.
Yeah, so it was more like a lethal, even though everything else is, but because it's not like warmth. Just being very literal with it, but it's colder, she's more defensive and aggressive, where she's trying to protect, and it comes out as a cold defense or something. Because the vines are more, I don't know, but they're pretty violent too with the vines, but they're usually protection in a different way, and I don't know. I'm just babbling just ideas, but shall we get into this episode?
Let's do it.
Yes, and if you want to check out our full reactions to this show or any other show or movies, you can check it out in the links below. You can see it on our Patreon. We have a huge library of hundreds of shows, maybe even thousands at this point. I usually say hundreds, thousands.
I can't count past 3, so.
There's a lot more than 3.
Oh.
110.
Yep. What's her name, Dr.
Ripley?
Don't play dumb. It won't end well for you. Just tell us how to access the secret under Whitestone.
Ooh.
That may leave a mark.
That's Percy?
Yeah. Did it. Oh, we heard the gunshot that time. Of course. Yep, someone pushed it. Who did it? Oh, Cassandra.
Oh.
Mind telling us who the hell this is?
Dr. Anna Ripley. Not that curious.
Brother, wait!
Why should I?
I've been with the Briarwoods for years, and I know next to nothing about their motives.
Percy, hey, lovey pal, but we gotta deal with this smoke thing. I mean, you are legit fucked up.
Not this again.
Hellfire.
She's consumed.
Percy? I don't know what it is, but something is clouding your soul.
Have you all gone mad?
But if something is wrong with you...
Your concerns are appreciated, truly. But we must press forward.
It's respectful
in a way. As soon as this is over, I will sort it out.
I don't think you can at that point.
If there's time for that.
I swear on my family's name.
It was a simple transaction. They needed an engineer, I needed a patron to fund my experiments. Their concerns lie with the ziggurat.
The what?
Oh, the ziggurat!
Yeah, that's right. I think that makes us remember it.
Sense.
It does?
And the group's just letting him decide.
We're only sparing your life because you're useful to us. For now.
I hope she's not gonna betray him.
Yeah.
Cassandra?
She's been with the Briarwoods for so long. I don't know.
Wait.
Never thought you and I would work together.
At the moment, you are the luckiest person in Whitestone. Because you're at the bottom of my list.
But you're still on the list.
Yep.
Most of the people.
Yeah.
And today, we take it back!
Cassandra, was it?
Oh
Seeing
boy.
as how we're too unattached
In front
to
of her?
faults-
No. I recall you having more digits last time we saw each other.
Innovation is
burn.
dangerous.
Booby trap?
Yeah. Oh, but there's no like delayed traps behind.
Yeah.
You know, thought of everything.
So Pike's like a flashlight.
Yeah, I know. Sweet. They would make a comment.
Buddy?
It worked. I mean, you said sorry.
Well, I had things I needed
yourself.
to figure out, and once I did, let's just say I know who I am now.
Oh, duh. You're my best friend. Except now, you glow in the dark.
Aw. Not that kind of wound.
I warned you those vines have thorns.
Not the same. Well, they've been going through a lot right now. It's not like they can really talk about it.
She has a point. Your mind is unlike any I've come across.
Thank you, Cassandra.
Not a compliment.
I don't know. What do you think?
Starting to have little doubts.
For
Yeah,
your
me too.
sake, you best hope so.
Look at you! Stand back. That stone person's armed.
That's a grave.
Wait a second.
More
Did
dead.
Lady Briarwood raise all the dead?
Yep. Crap.
Grandfather?
It's like Game of Thrones.
Keelan,
Oh.
friends with your nephew? Oh god, you smell like shit.
Isn't it great?
This old lady. It's
How
raining
long's it gonna
bones.
stay like that?
No telling, really.
I have
sister.
more than enough worry to go around.
Mind giving this a shove, big man?
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
Gods. Oh, Grog, you are so mighty, and I am so weak. However can little old me survive without you?
Well, since you asked so nicely.
I don't trust her.
You don't trust anyone.
Well, except you.
Funny way of showing it sometimes. We do have evidence now. We could drop this whole thing. You know, go back and fight our day in court?
Oh, and abandon the revolution we caused?
No.
Right, yeah. Dumb suggestion, Keyleth.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed in you, Keyleth.
Wait, what? No, Scaren's the one who said... Gah.
It's a drug factory! We just hit the jackpot!
Oh no. No.
Anybody
don't.
have a pipe? Oh.
I'm fairly certain that would be an unpleasant trip.
I only helped them with the ziggurat.
Oh, what the heck is this for?
Cassandra?
What? Oh, see?
I had a feeling.
I know. Oh, that sucks.
She was trying to get down there.
Well, even Riley was trying to warn them too. He got out.
Is she possessed, or is that her own free will?
I don't know. She might have been brainwashed or something. This is not good. They're with him. Oh no. No.
Shit, I knew I was gonna come back to bite him.
Doing this.
Literally.
Did this to yourself, Percy. But I have a new family now. One
Yeah.
that transcends death. One that will never leave me.
Poor Ripley. Always the unlucky one.
Oh, she's gonna die.
Stop! If you value your lives, you'll let my brother go!
Uh-oh.
They're gonna flood it.
Ew!
Oh, it's acid?
Yeah, so you're saying, yeah.
Wait, come on! Don't you at least want to see Grog die?
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, come on, back up. Pay attention.
Guys?
He's too shocked.
Right, well, try to stop the acid.
Let's get to smashing!
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now we're talking.
Not bad, Keelan.
Oh crap! It's gonna start spraying everywhere. Worse.
Made it worse.
Your castle has lousy plumbing, Percy.
New plan.
Percy.
Percy, get over here.
Oh, he's not even feeling it.
Oh, great. Percy's broken. Come here, you lip noodle.
Percy, snap the fuck out of it.
Oh
we
my
came
god.
Here risking our lives for you. Be here for us. You want your sister back, and I want my brother. But if we're to have a chance of saving them, you have to save us first.
What can he do?
Heavy.
The mechanism that controls the walls. Switches are interconnected. There appears to be a third to pull simultaneously.
There's no physical controls on the outer walls.
You have to be insane to go in.
I'm going in.
Oh, can he handle it?
He took his pants off.
Oh my god! Holy crap! Oh my god, his eyes, his everything. Holy crap!
He's gonna heal him as he goes down.
Oh my god!
He just went in without even thinking about it.
Yeah. He has his own purple hand helping. Fast drain. Don't get sucked in. And the tippy toes. Gonna burn the soles of your feet. Oh god, heal Grog. Oh, she's healing him. Good.
You okay, Grog?
I don't know. Is Captain Winky still there?
Still hanging low, buddies.
And I'm good. Let's go. Oh, got my drawers.
Good job, Grog.
How come villains they never stay to watch everybody die?
Cuz. Alright, it's gonna end, isn't it?
Yep.
That was so great. Heavy metal. Will they give the lyrics?
I like how they use his music though for the ending
Yeah,
credits.
different kinds of music too. For the intensity, you know? I love how they all need each other all the time. Like, they're desperate, they don't know what to do, they have to improvise, and then Scanlan comes in handy there to save everybody. And then Grog just jumping in to save everyone. Pike healing him, he would have died.
Well, yeah, but he didn't even, like, talk it over with Pike, or he just jumped in and went for it.
Yeah, because I know he's simple-minded, but he also really cares for his friends. He loves danger. He gets really excited about killing things. So even though he probably didn't think it through, I think because he cared about his friends so much and he likes the excitement of it, that he was just like, whatever, I'm doing it, you know? Because you need someone like that too, because in that desperate situation, things are happening fast, and Scanlan is carrying a lot more weight than he ever has before, and he's struggling, and any moment they could all die. So he just, if you have hesitation there, you know, everyone might have fell into the acid. And yeah, that was big.
But
Yay, Grog.
still though, good for Grog, but damn man, he just dove right in.
Yeah, it's still scary because he can
And he
kill
kept
himself.
his eyes open.
I know, I thought that was the first thing we were going to see go, and he'd have to do it blind and be blind for the rest of the series. And I'm like, oh no. But thank God Pike worked quick, and she's like, I'm going to heal you while you're down there. But yeah, I mean, Grog gets extra points for being so heroic and just helping out everyone without even worrying about himself.
But he remembered to take his pants off, but he didn't remember to tell Pike, hey, heal me.
I know, he just acted quick, but yeah, he took off all his clothes. And, you know, maybe because the acid killed that rat so quickly, and there was quite a few seconds at least before Pike responded with Grog being in the acid, and he's been stabbed so many times before that being a giant, he can just withstand a lot more.
He's got
pain.
a few extra seconds that he can deal with.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that also helped him last that long. But yeah, like that was so intense to see that. And I mean, how did you feel? Rhetorical, but how did you feel about Vax? You know, being in control, or not being in control?
When he got bit, you know, in one of the first few episodes, I knew that was going to come back to bite him in the ass, and of course, here it is.
Or the neck. Yeah, I mean, that had to be why, because we saw Silver Tongue, you know, we saw him actually take over by talking, but that power is not the same, even though it was given as a gift to him. You know, like it's not the same for Silas, because he's a vampire, he bit him.
He's the one who actually bit him, so it's his control that's you know,
and
taking him over.
And we saw that control before when he bit him and his eyes turned yellow, and then we never really saw anything after that. He was in control for a little bit, but then he wasn't. So this is bad.
They said that, and Delilah said that they needed a sacrifice. Now they have you know, a choice to choose from, which I think that they were going to use Cassandra or Vax.
Yeah, she said spoiled with choices, right? So they have a lot of ideas now, and having Vax in their control. I mean, Vox loves, like, their family. They love each other, and that's, like, huge. Having one member is a big deal. And, so what are they going to do now? And having Cassandra, we were having our doubts throughout this episode. We had subtle hints, and we kind of started questioning. She's been with the Briarwoods for some time, and she kept dropping that. She kept saying, you know, I think at least 3 times the last couple episodes.
Well, when she said the last time, and then the way she was looking at Dr. Ripley, I was kind of like, there's something going on there, because she's looking at her very, like, coldly.
Yeah.
Like, you're just a pawn, and we're going to use you.
I know, because when we saw that close-up shot of her face, of Cassandra's face, and it was kind of cool. We saw, like, the thicker lines of her nose and stuff. It was, like, more dramatic. That made me question where, okay, maybe she wants revenge for what she did to her and her brother, but at the same time, she was so cold there that I'm like, I feel like there's deeper meaning behind that. And even though Ripley said something along the lines of, it's not me you should worry about, or there's worse things that you should worry about, as she said when she had that sword, you know, I was kind of like, does she know about Cassandra? I mean, to the length of her loyalty? I mean, she seemed kind of surprised at the end there when she did show her true
I mean, if you think about it, Cassandra was there since the beginning of the takeover, and Dr. Ripley was there pretty much from the same time. So she probably knows her interactions, Cassandra's interactions with the Briarwoods.
Yeah.
And has probably figured out that, you know, there's something more going on here, that, you know, she might have even known that she's had some kind of vengeance. She wanted to get some vengeance against her brother for abandoning her in her time of need.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping that she was, like, magically brainwashed or something by the Briarwoods, but, you know,
she still might be, but
yeah, she had a flashy yellow in her eyes too. I don't know if that was for dramatic effect, but it was like yellow eyes. It was a quick flash, similar to Vax. So I'm like, well, maybe she was bit a while ago and now she's controlled to think that way and manipulated. But honestly, when you're traumatized that much, I mean, she has like one of the worst traumas imaginable. And yeah, like to think that over time, because she even questioned before to Percy, like, you never came back. And he felt really sad about that. You know, you never even came back to look.
I mean, in Percy's defense, he thought everybody was dead. He thought, because when his sister got, you know, hit and everything when they were running away, he looked back and she looked like she was dead. I mean, right?
And he blames himself because he has guilt, and he said he ran away, but still, like, you did think she was dead, you know? Even though he thought he was a coward then, because I'm pretty sure he kept, like, you know, feeling guilty about it, but I think if he had some kind of idea or hint that she was alive, he would have gone back and checked. I really think he thought she was dead too.
Right. Well, because he at the beginning, he was always saying that, you know, the Briarwoods have murdered my entire family.
Yeah.
You know, so to me, that takes it as he thought that everybody was dead. So to find, and then when he found her alive, he was in such shock that she was still alive.
Yeah. And then what brings, like, when Anders actually sliced her throat and said, I've always wanted to do that, like, she was a ploy this whole time. Like, you know, so did she know she was going to die? And hopefully Keyleth was going to bring her back?
I don't think she did. I think that was because, you know, the less people know, the better acting is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that was legit. And, you know, Professor Anders was, he probably did always wanted to do that, but he probably couldn't.
That was true.
Yeah, he probably couldn't, but he had permission to, you know, make it seem real. You know, and I think it's just all part of the plan. Like, Cassandra might not have known that was part of it and just, you know, wound up being part of the story.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many questions there too, but yeah, I think like he wanted to do it and he meant it when he said, oh, I've been waiting so long to do that. I think he might have got permission. I don't think Cassandra did know about it, but what a risk, because did they assume that Keyleth, did they know that she could bring her back or, you know, save her? Or the Briarwoods are like, we'll just resurrect her and she'll be fine again. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. They don't value, you know, human life as
Silas
anything.
did say that, yeah, and we've seen it.
So I think if she didn't come back, then it would have been like, no big deal. We'll just get somebody else to fill in for her. But since she did come back, they can still use her as her pawn, as their pawn. So and it worked because, you know, they wanted to, according to Dr. Ripley, they wanted to find out what was going on underneath Whitestone, but they couldn't find it. That's why they used her to get them to take him down there. Mm-hmm. So It was all part of a, you know, bigger plot.
Yeah, and this is also bad now because what can they do? Because, you know, they're going to use Vax in the equation. We're going to kill him or have... I mean, we saw him possessed last second by Anders with a silver tongue, but, you know, we know how skilled he is too. And we're seeing these major powers like Pike and Keyleth and, you know, and Grog and stuff like that. But, you know, we haven't really seen... Vax. I mean, he is an excellent fighter. He's quick with the knives. He has magic in his knives. And him and his sister together are even stronger. So I feel him now getting possessed, we're going to see how dangerous he can really be, because no one's going to want to hurt him. And what can they do at that point unless they can, like, you know, like hold him back or something? But I don't know.
I'm wondering if maybe Keyleth's feelings will actually come out.
And that'll kind of help him wake up a little bit or something. Because even right before Vax got controlled, him and his sister were fighting a little bit. Like, they were, you know, not good with each other a little bit.
Well, I mean, I think she had a little bit of jealousy going on.
She did. But I think at that moment they were more distant because they were both kind of just... kind of arguing with each other a little bit or just awkward with each other.
They had their own feelings that were conflicting because he seemed distracted by the fact that he hasn't talked to Keyleth about anything that after what he said.
Yeah.
Because they haven't even talked or even looked at each other. Mm-hmm. And then she's kind of bugging because, you know, she's worried that she's going to lose him to her.
Yeah.
So I think they both had their emotions in the wrong place.
I agree. So I think...
Well, I think Keyleth is going to be the key to saving...
Keyleth. Kiki.
Kiki is going to be the key to saving his life.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. And, you know, even though he's so close to his sister, right now they're just at odds a little bit. I know it wasn't like an argument, but still it was tense. And he was sad. So her trying to talk to him and there was nothing there and she got sad by that. You know, like, I think he would connect with her, but it's just not the right time. Like, he needs something, because right now I think he's blocked too because of what Keyleth, her lack of response was. That I think if she does like confess something or connect with him on a more emotional level, he'll kind of come back and hopefully be able to fight Silas's control. That'll be good.
Well, I'm wondering if their connection would break the spell, or does she have to like use her magic to break him out of it?
I'm sure it's going to be more difficult. So I'm thinking her power, her feelings, and probably everyone else is probably going to have to help out. You know, Vex too, and maybe even Vex and Keyleth working together to...
Yeah, because I still think, like I was saying the the last episode and this episode was I still think her emotions are going to be the key to her power.
Yeah. I want to jump to Percy really quick too, because I think he's amazing and he is going through his own struggles as well. They told him he was leader, right? Last episode or so. And I think he is a good leader, but even leaders need guidance. And, we know that he's been struggling with this power and it's going to get worse. And Pike actually connecting with him, and seeing the hellish side of whatever's controlling him, taking over more of his soul. And he's so much in denial about it because it's taking over, and that part of him is probably shutting out the actual reasoning as well.
For Percy to actually let Pike get that far, I thought actually, shows his character, his true character, as to, he's respectful in a way that he trusts his friends that, okay, there is something wrong with me, but
I think he's very awesome. Yeah, sorry.
But on the flip side, he's like, I can't just walk away from everything we've started here just to go fix myself.
Yeah.
I'd be the same way. I'd be like, I'm gonna have to deal with this later. But on the flip side, I'm thinking there might not be a later, because by the time he finishes his endeavor here, it might already accomplish the goal of whatever that dark side wants.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with that. And I love that part of his character, where he, even though he's so upset and he gets so angry, he's still respectful and he understands what his friends are telling him. Because even with Keyleth and stuff, he's growling and he's like, I respect what you guys are saying, but, and then he'll explain himself instead of just saying, screw you, F off, or something where he's just just blind by anger and attacking people. He does hear them, and he does, again, we see him losing more and more control. But yes, I think even though that could be Percy also arguing certain things, I really think when he is opening up and saying, respecting their, what they're saying, but still doing what he wants, I think that is Percy. But then when he full on loses control, that's just the demon. I keep calling him the demon, but that creature or darkness taking over.
Smoke monster.
A smoke monster crossover with Lost.
But what was I going to say? With Percy, now when Cassandra's name was written onto the barrel of his gun, it looks like it overwritten on someone else's name. Was that Dr. Ripley's name? Did you catch that?
That's a good question. I didn't see, but I did notice that it, of course, that it appeared there, but I was kind of thinking, no, I did not notice that. But I was thinking that of all the other people he killed, the names were erased, so that name was added on. But why was it added on there? Because she did him wrong then, and that's why it was on there? Or was it because Silas bit her maybe down the road? Again, I saw that flash of yellow in her pupils for a quick second. So I'm like, maybe him taking control over her initiated it too.
Well,
I don't know.
I want to know what exactly, makes it. What exactly do you have to do to Percy to actually get your name onto the barrel of his gun? Because he's not the one putting it there. So it's got to be a betrayal, because, that's the simplest act. Yeah, it's the simplest act that
isn't that done. The promise that he made or something, whatever his pact was, if you want to get revenge on your family or get revenge, I don't know. I would think just.
Well, didn't he say early on in the series, if anybody gets in my way?
I don't think it just gets in his way. I think it's because there was a lot of people in his way before, and they still don't make the list, like Duke, and maybe on a more personal level.
True.
But I really think it's great betrayal, and someone very evil or just great betrayal, and she is unfortunately a big one. It's just all around bad. I hate it. This poor guy, I keep saying that. Yes, his whole kingdom is terribly in really bad shape. They've been through so many bad things. But here, his mentality of losing so many loved ones, and then, losing his sister three times. Twice by death, thinking she died the first time during the, when they were escaping.
Yeah, twice in just the past couple episodes.
And then this time where she got her throat cut, or a couple episodes ago, and now here she actually doesn't have a bond with him, doesn't have trust with him, and is for the Briarwoods. So that's a huge slap in the face. So 3 times in different ways. And for him to still kind of be himself is impressive, you know. I mean, to see the weight bearing on him, though, because we can see the shock that he's in where he's not responding. That, I keep saying, like, we could feel a lot of realism in the show, which I think is so important to have that kind of time, because he is in a lot of shock, and him just letting the acid burn his feet. And we have the jokes, which are always fun, with Grog saying, "Oh, Percy's broken," but it just shows you how devastated he is, and he has to go through those motions.
It was nice of Vex to actually try to get through to him and say, you know, we are here for you. We're never going to abandon you.
Yeah.
To pretty much say that we're your family now. You know, be here for us because we're going to be here for you.
Exactly, because we did this for you, and you got to be here for us right now. And she really honed in on him to have him focus and really hear her, because he was just completely not there. But yeah, that was a good moment.
That was good on her end too, because, you know, she's going through her own turmoil because she just lost her brother.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it was a good win for both of them.
I think so too. And, you know, just throwing that out there because I can't help but match people up, but they seem like a good team as well, Vex and Percy, and her being so jealous about her brother and Keyleth. Can you imagine if she started having feelings for Percy, and then, like, that same thing starts happening, and then she's like, oh, wait, yeah, it goes both ways.
Well, I'm wondering, like, not necessarily feelings, but she needs to realize that, yes, she's so used to working with her brother, and she's gotten so used to, you know, how he fights and how they work together.
Yeah.
But if she tried that with other people, she might have the same type of bond with the rest of her pack. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think Percy is one to beat to actually keep up with her. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, Grog is too much of a musclehead to really think about what to plan with her, like, on the fly.
Yeah.
You know, and like that's why, like, Grog and Pike work well together, because he can be the muscle and she can be the one to take care of him and make sure he stays alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's like the healer of the group, powerful healer.
Yeah, yeah, and then, you know, Keyleth and Scanlan, I don't really want to team them together because they're kind of just their individual oddballs, you know.
Yeah, but a lot of them are already are oddballs.
Yeah, but like you can see some of the pairs working together and actually working well together. You haven't really seen Scanlan and Keyleth actually working together.
Yeah.
You know, kind of combining their efforts together.
Mm-hmm. I would like to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, the pairs of them they work well together. But I think if Vex gives, you know, really lets herself bond with other people in her group, she'll actually find out that I don't need to rely on my brother all the time, even though I love him, he's my brother, but I can rely on somebody else, and he can live his life and do what he needs to do. And you can still have a bond. I mean, yeah. It's just not what it used to be.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, it's very different in a way, but, like, we're twins, and you learn when you're young and you get older. We are what? Just in case if some of you don't know that. But in this case, with them being twins, like, they lost their family. They've been surviving together since, like, a very young age, we're assuming, from the intro that we always see every episode, and from their brief story where they lost their parents from a dragon or something, and, you know, and that was really bad for them. That was really hurtful. You could hear it in their voices, and it just sounds absolutely tragic. Who would want to lose their parents in such a terrible way? But, you know, they are such, like, even closer, where they've been surviving together and they work so well together that it completely changes your life in many ways. So that is hard, but yeah, like, she has to see that change is not always a bad thing. They can still have each other. It's just there's more, you have to have more room for other people, you know, and they can still work together. And but yeah, so even though Vox is really close to each other, I think they're gonna just keep getting closer and closer because they're learning more about each other as a unit, you know. So yeah, I think a lot of that has to come into effect the next episode or two, because we have like 2 episodes left or something.
We got 2 left, and there's lots still has to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I did mention this before, but a cool thing is we're focused more on Percy's story in this season, but it's so great with the balance where we're still seeing backstory, even though it's not a lot. with certain characters. So we're having not a full focus on Percy all the time, like Pike going through her struggles, and we said before we haven't really seen much of Grog or the twins, but there's still a lot that we I'm sure they're going to reveal later on, probably in other seasons, or maybe even this season we'll see more. I don't know, but I like the balance of everything. I think it's really good, and I'm still I want to learn more, of course, about certain characters as well.
Yeah, and I'm glad Pike's has been, I want to say, resolved. I mean, she seems to be in a good place now.
Yeah.
Even though she's not physically with him, but yeah, there's still a lot to know about the rest of the group that we haven't really touched on yet.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if there is another season, that they'll really go into depth with, hopefully, the twins. Mm-hmm. But I want to see some of the background of everybody else. So. How did Keela start in her journey? Why was she sent off or when did she get sent off to, do her task?
And she has a huge pressure on her. I mean, like, she is going to be a leader of this family, or this huge, maybe this big.
We don't even know what her family looks like.
Yeah, we don't even know how big it is, but it sounds like it's a massive community, and she probably it's a huge burden to bear or something. But I'm sure that I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there, but I'm thinking that's going to be a huge story down the road, whether it's next season or whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think a lot of characters, again, like, because we don't know Scanlan's backstory really at all. The twins, we barely know anything.
Well, that's why with this series, like, they're not gonna be able to wrap everything up in 2 episodes.
No.
So I mean, having another season will definitely help, and I hope there's more than just 2 seasons, because it seems spoiled. Like this. Well, it seems like this show has so much potential. There's so much we don't know about our main group that I want to know about. Mm-hmm. So it definitely has room to continue on for quite a while, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, all around, again, it's fun. The animation, I just absolutely love. The voice acting. I just really feel for the characters. I freaking love it. And I get scared for them, because I feel like, I hope none of them do die, but, it gives you that sense of danger. Yeah, they get pretty beat up, and I know
especially Grog.
Yeah, I mean, he's stronger than a human, and he's more resistant.
But he still gets the shit kicked out of him.
He really does. Yeah, so hopefully we don't lose anyone in the next couple episodes, but I was kind of fearful right from the start that we were going to lose a main one right away, just to show us we can kill anyone off at any time.
Game of Thrones style.
I hate that. Yeah, I mean, I know it's more realistic that way, but I hate it. I just don't want them to die. But I love all of them. I'm really invested in all of them now, so I like them all together. And yeah, so I don't know if Pike, I mean, she might just be this, light person for the next couple episodes, because
I think she's only glow in the dark because she's not physically there. She's using
exactly. But she even said that if she disconnects, she might not be able to reconnect and go there again. And so her physical body, because she's mentally there, her physical body, I don't think, can move itself to travel there while she's busy doing stuff with them.
Right. Well, plus, too, her body's probably, the longer she probably stays in that form, I would assume her physical body is still a physical body. So it's probably getting tired, hungry.
Or just sleeping.
So I mean, it's going to need attention eventually.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be able to do that forever.
So I don't think we're going to see physical Pike until all this is over, of course. So that's my
probably either last episode or something.
Yeah, like I'm going to travel, or who knows? I don't even know if they'll go that far, but we'll see. I mean, there's a lot we still have to cover, and it's really bad. I mean, it's going to be bad.
Well, shit's going to hit the fan in the next 2 episodes. That's all I know.
Yep. Very good show, guys. Please leave your thoughts below. Please no spoilers, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Please subscribe.
Bye. Subscribe. Do it. Tell your friends.